All right, good day everyone. So I've had a bit of a question on the email. This one's from Grant. Now he's asking if I've got any ideas on improving sprinting, your sprinting ability. Look, what I do is I take out a bit of chalk with me. Now, I don't know whether you've ever seen them. I've got kids, so I've got those big chalks. I mean, they're real big, thick lumps of chalk, come in all different sorts of colours, and you can draw all over the roads, all over concrete on them. So I take one of those out with me, and what I've got is I've got a hill at the back of my place. It averages around about 5% or something, I don't know. It's not a massively steep one. There's a bit of a steep bit at the top, but nothing major. And there's also a nice flat bit of road just before it. So what I do is I take the chalk out, and on the flat bit of road, I will mark out the start line. And then I'll do a 100, a 200, a 300, and a 400 meter markers. And I mark those out with my Garmin. Just ride along till it clicks up to 100 meters, and then, hey presto, you got your meters. And I do the same on the hill. Now, the reason why I say on the hill is great because if you're on that bit of an incline, it really makes you work, and you're not going to be able to sprint all the way up it. You're just not. You're going to burn out. But that's the idea of it. It will help you to become a better sprinter doing that. So you can practice it either on a flat bit of road or on the hills. As I say, just take a bit of chalk out, get somewhere close to your home. You don't want to be dragging a lump of chalk around on a big ride with you because, you know, with the sweat and that, it's obviously going to end up going everywhere. So I just take literally 5 minutes down the road, mark it out, and then I'll do it in the evening sometimes where I'll just have a bit of a training session there. Now, I also combine that with some weight training. So I do, you've probably seen some of my other videos where I do a bit of an indoor trainer session and then do some weights afterwards. Well, it's the same thing. I'll go out and do my sprint training, and then I will come back and do some weight training as well. So I'll do the leg presses. I've got my total gym. I'll do some leg presses. I'll also get the bar over the shoulders with some weights on. I'll do some squats and some forward lunges. So all those sorts of things are great for increasing your sprinting ability because you're going to be building muscle up, but it's got to hurt. It can't be easy. You can't, when I'm saying on the hill part, you know, where I sprint up the hill, I'm not on the top bar plodding out 400 watts thinking, you know, this is all right. I mean, I'm on the drops, out the saddle, full on, giving it as much as you can. This is why I say you will not be able to sprint all the way up. It's bloody hard, and it makes your legs work. You feel like jelly at the end of it, especially when you get back home and you get on and do some leg presses and that as well, and some squats and things. Then they really hurt. So that is what I do for my sprint training. I mean, let me know if you think that's any good, or if you've got any better ideas or whatever, but it seems to work okay for me. You know, I do that probably every 6 weeks or so. So I don't go mad at it. I mean, I'm not what you would say as a top class sprinter by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not a top class hill climber by any stretch of the imagination. I like to class myself more as a bit of an all-rounder because I'm a weekend rider. And we go out with, you know, the mates, and you're having a bit of a laugh, and you've got some sections on some of the rides, and you're sprinting along and just having a bit of a laugh. You want to be able to do a bit of everything. So that's why I sort of balance it out a bit, so I practice all the disciplines. So I love hills. I love climbing the hills, and obviously I do a lot of training on the hills. But I also like being up the front on the pace line. So, you know, I can sit up the front and hold a nice pace line. So that would probably be my forte if we were to pick one of the three. That would probably be my forte, where I can sit up the front and hold a nice pace line and keep a steady pace going throughout a ride. So that would be me rather than a specific hill climber or sprinter. But I'm just okay on the hills, and I'm okay on the sprinting. But don't forget, if you are doing a lot of sprinting and you're trying to get your sprinting so as your top quality sprinter, it's going to have a detrimental effect on your hill climbing for sure. And the same as if you are going more for being a top quality hill climber, it's going to have an effect on your sprinting. You just can't have them both. but you can get it where, like I've got it, where it's just in the middle and you're okay at them all. So that is what I do, and it just keeps it all sort of in that all-rounder sort of situation. But if you grant the chap that asked me on this particular email lives in Wales, England, a beautiful part of the world. Used to holiday there all the time when I was a kid. Fantastic, and it's full of hills. So really, if it was me, I would be trying to get the sprint in a bit better. So as you can have a bit of a laugh with your mates and keep up with them a bit on a sprint and give them a bit of a challenge and stuff. But primarily, I would be more concentrating on the hill climbing, because you don't want that to go. So once you get to that point where you start to feel your hill climbing dropping, it's because obviously your sprinting is getting up there. And then you just got to choose which one you want to be, the sprinter or the hill climber. Anyway, that is it. Let me know what you think. Put any questions or comments down below.